Hello students, this is unit number 2 of the subject Automobile Engineering. The name of this unit is Automobile Transmission System. In this picture, you will see Automobile Transmission System. In last unit, we have seen the chassis. So here you will see the chassis of automobile, and on this you will see the automobile transmission system. Starting with this engine, then engine is having this cylinder, crankshaft. After that, the another component is clutch. Then there is a transmission. After that, there is a universal joint. After that, this propeller shaft is attached to this differential at the center. There is a rear axle gears. So all these components are the components of automobile transmission system, and this picture is the layout of transmission system of automobile. So in this unit we will learn about the basic fundamental of automobile transmission system and what are the different contents of unit number 2. Let us see the principle of transmission. The torque produced by a petrol or a diesel engine is not maximum at the start. So torque is very important component regarding the speed. So this torque produced by any engine like petrol or diesel is not maximum at the start. How it increases? It increases with increase of speed until at about 50 to 60% of the engine speed, providing maximum horsepower. Maximum torque value is reached, then only this is possible. In this case, some means must be used to increase or multiply the engine torque for starting vehicles from rest. So that's why the transmission system is there. What is transmission system? The mechanism that transmits the power developed by the engine of the automobile to the driving wheel is called the transmission system. And this transmission system is also called as a powertrain. So it is a mechanism. What this mechanism is doing? It is transmitting the power developed by the engine to the driving wheels. In order to propel the vehicle, a particular speed and power changing devices is required to transfer the power developed by the engine to the driving wheel due to constant changing requirements. So when we drive the vehicle, we need to increase or decrease the speed. So this is nothing but indicating constant changing requirements. So what is meant by transmission? Then these devices which is used in transmission system is known as transmission. Thus these devices are known as transmissions. Transmission means should provided usually a starting torque of about 13 to 15 times that of engine required at the road wheels when the clutch is engaged, because the engine power is a function of torque. You must keep in mind engine power is a function of torque and its speed. Therefore, for constant power output, torque varies inversely with the torque. So this we can write power is equal to 2 pi Nt upon 60,000 kilowatt, and for constant power this torque T is directly proportional to 1 upon N. So this is the relation between torque number of N is nothing but the speed revolution. Let us see what is the purpose of transmission system. Transmission system enables engine to be disconnected from the running driving wheels. Transmission system enables the running engine to be connected to the driving wheel smoothly. Transmission system enables the driving wheel to be driven at different speeds. It enables turning of the drive round through 90 degree. It enables the reduction of engine speed in the ratio of 4:1 in case of passenger car and in a greater ratio in case of lorries. It enables leverage between engine and wheels to be varied. So these are some of the purposes of transmission system. Important one is reduction of engine speed in the desired ratio. After that, engine to be connected to the driving wheel smoothly, driving wheels to be driven at different speeds. So these are some of the important points which are related while explaining the purpose of transmission system. Let us see in short what are the types of transmission system. Number A, according to mechanical transmission system, number 1 is clutch, gearbox and live axle transmission. Then second one is clutch, gearbox and dead axle transmission. Next is clutch, gearbox and axle-less transmission. According to the hydraulic transmission, hydrostatic transmission and hydrodynamic transmission. And category C is electrical and electromagnetic transmission. D is manually operated, selective or synchronous transmission. E is overdrive or semi-automatic or combined selective transmission. After that, Chrysler semi-automatic, and last one is automatic. In that there are two types, hydromatic and torque converter. So this is a classification of a transmission system. So what are the advantages of automatic transmission system? Automatic transmission system is now very popular in various cars because it gives a smooth operation, ease of control, that it relieves the driver from fatigue due to the elimination of clutch and gear controls. Numerous number of gear ratios are available, quick change of gear ratios effected automatically, and minimum interruption of power during the gear shifts. So that's why I have put this information here. In modern cars or in today's car, you will see automatic transmission system, and because of that we will get these advantages. 5 advantages. These advantages are high cost, complicated design, possibility of oil leakage. Let us see the contents of unit number 2. Starting with 2.1, we will see here clutch, function and necessity of clutch, requirement of clutch, classification of clutch, working principle of clutch. After that there are 3 types of clutches, construction and working of. Number 1 is single plate clutch, number 2 is multiple plate clutch, and number 3 is centrifugal clutch. In 2.3 we will see gearbox, functions and necessity of gearbox. Classification is also given, and as per that we have to study construction and working of constant mesh gearbox and construction and working of synchromesh gearbox with a power flow diagram. So there are 2 types particularly that we have to study here. Number 1, constant mesh gearbox, and number 2 is synchromesh gearbox. In 2.3 we will study semi-automatic transmission, construction and working of overdrive. After that, automatic transmission, in which we will study what is fluid flywheel, its construction, its function, its working. After that, torque converter, its function, construction and working. And last topic in this 2.3 is epicyclic gear train, its construction and working, that we have to study. In 2.4 we will study propeller shaft assembly and types of propeller shaft. After that, function and necessity of universal and slip joint. In 2.5 we will study fluid drive, function and necessity of fluid drive. After that, what is differential, what is its working principle, how it is constructed, and what is the working of this differential. How is the working of this differential? So after that, 2.6 is related to axle, significance of live and dead axle. After that, function and requirement of front axle, types of stub axle, construction and working of semi-floating and fully floating rear axle. So this way we have to study this unit number 2. In next lecture we will study in detail. So this reference that I have taken, you can share, you can get the information from this link also. Thank you very much.